Hi everyone, it's Mary Jane here again. A couple of years ago, 2 summers ago, I started a sketchbook and it started quite well. I put little photographs in and drawings and little notes and things that I was inspired to write about, and some of my art. I was playing around with it and writing notes, and I was going quite well with it. And some of the art I was making, I would take photographs and print it out, and things that were happening in the neighborhood, and a book I was working on, and another book that I'm working on. I don't know if those books will ever be published, but that's where my head was at that time. And I received a paint box because I won a paint box in a workshop that I took 2 summers ago with Deep Space Sparkle. And there's a card for my grandson. I didn't do that art. But my grandson sent me this card from Beijing and I was so delighted. Anyway, I ran out of steam and I stopped working on my sketchbook. And then I won a box of art supplies from Faber-Castell, and this was one of them. And the first thing I did was paint those circles with the blue. I loved the blue so much. And then I painted a bunch of paper because I got all excited and I thought, I wonder if we could do collage with just painting on copy paper, which is pretty cheap, and painting a whole bunch of colors, and then I could cut it out and make it into a collage. And while I was painting, I painted some birds as well. I think I was there, some birds, and then I think I was asked to share some work at the school, and I painted Steller's jay, because some of the students were interested in the Steller's jay, and I thought, oh, that's a fun bird to paint. So, but then I did the collage with the cutout paper, and I put it on the paper that we were I was experimenting with that paper that you have sketchbooks made out of now. I was trying to see what we could do with it, and it worked well with collage. And then I painted a piece of watercolor paper with colors that I really liked, and then I went over it with a white gel pen and put patterns on it. I was so excited. I was just kind of crazy. I'm an artist and I get a little crazy with this creative process. So I really liked that design, and I thought, wouldn't that make nice angel wings? So I took it in a program that I have called Corel Draw. I suppose you could do it in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator as well. And I cut out, I drew an angel shape and cut it out and flipped it and made 2 matching angel wings. And then I made these angel designs and gave it a woodcut effect with the Painter. I think I was using Corel Painter to do that. Anyway, I made some cards for last year. Now that all started from the paint box. And then I was so inspired with painting in the summertime with COVID and everything. I took some watercolor courses. One with a woman named Victoria on Skillshare, and that's an online program with lots of neat classes. I took some watercolor classes from her and did the exercises. I did these exercises on and off over the years, but it's always good to do them again. You get familiar with what you can do with, say, 3 colors from your paint box or your tubes. I was using watercolor tubes as well as the paint box, just comparing to see how much difference there would be. And from what I discovered was the paint box paints may not be adult oriented, they may not last forever, but they really work quite nicely. And I also used watercolor tubes, so I can't remember exactly where these little exercises came from, but there you see, this was what I was doing in the summer. And then I started painting fish. And I also took a course with a woman named Dreama Perry online, and she had a watercolor workshop. So there were 2 very different watercolor workshops, and I found some of my photos and I worked from them. And then I started painting fish. And I have to say, I think I was inspired by Victoria to paint these watercolor fish. I just started painting fish, and this was July and August. I kept painting fish. I do not know what I'm going to do with all my fish, but I painted fish. And then we got the grant for the bog and butterfly way, and so I painted that owl in September. And the first one I painted for the project, and that the flowers were the first one with the bee, and I painted some bugs with the paint box and a dragonfly I was exploring and some backgrounds, and I put that into onto the blog and the workshops, and those are paintings I did. I haven't, that one I did post, but I've been experimenting with the watercolor paint box. And of course the bugs came out of that, and those are marker bugs. But it all stemmed from being inspired by the paint box and my sketchbook. I just wanted to tell you this because I had no idea I was going to be doing images like this year, but here we are with owls and my Photoshop and my computer and my paints and my paper, and I've had a wonderful time, and I hope you guys are getting inspired to make your own wonderful art. Bye for now.